Welcome to the Real Estate Trifecta, episode 3.
Episode 3, baby.
We here. Listen, I had a really planned spiel for this opening, but I gotta take a time out. We need to just Kev, brother.
Oh, the audible.
I usually listen. My name is Carlos Salinas, Mr. You Don't Need 20%. But I got to pass this mic to Kev right now. Brother, you are looking sharp today.
Oh, my
I love the salmon. You got it going on. You got it. All that. I love it.
It's all good. It's all good. I am Kevin Spann, your local Allstate agent. Kevin Spann, the insurance guru. Kevin Spann, the man that's comfortable wearing salmon.
Hello.
Yes.
Right.
You rock it well.
But to my left is the equally, if not sharper, sharply dressed. My brother, my friend, Mr. CFP. Talk to the people, Lou.
Thank you very much for that intro, Kev. And the reality is, Kevin is the sharpest guy on the show.
Sharp. Razor sharp.
I'm sitting behind this panel here, right? I got jeans on underneath here. I'm sharp like from the waist up. This guy is head to toe.
Yep.
He's a 10.
There it goes.
But our leader is the dapper.
Well, listen.
Mr.
Today,
You Don't Need 20%.
Mr. You Don't Need 20%. I got to tell you, I wore a tie today on purpose.
Yes.
Because today's episode, we got big business. Big business is in the building. Kathy Viard from Signature Premier Properties, owner and operator. We're going to, chop it up with her a little later. But first, I want to mention one of our new sponsors, Guardian Angel Home Inspections. Tim McGarren is one of the best, if not the best home inspector in the industry. I wanted to take a second to acknowledge him. Thank you for your support.
Awesome. Thank you, Tim.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And, going forward, we are going to be working with Tim to, kind of like a ride along to go to properties to see what inspectors, the value of your inspector and the quality of your inspector, what it holds, what you can learn as a consumer, what you can learn as an agent. And we're going to be posting those videos here at the Real Estate Trifecta. So,
awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. So Tim is a really good dude.
Thank you,
and
Tim.
that's
Welcome
important,
aboard.
right?
Welcome aboard.
The home inspection's important. I know people are
especially the
waiving
purchase.
those things nowadays. I wouldn't recommend
And we're going to get
right?
into that because right now the market is the wild, wild west.
Yes.
It's crazy right now. So let me ask you a question, because last episode, thank you for Andrew and Evan Russell for coming on to the show.
Yeah,
We appreciate
nice
it.
having them
It was a
here.
great episode. We had a lot of fun.
Yep.
We had slightly mentioned some giveaways that we're going to get into in a little bit, but I'm going to ask you guys first. What do you want to do? You want to, get into some business, or you want to get into some fun? What you want to do?
Let's keep it live. We're
Keep
all
it live.
All
fun.
the above. We just free flow it here, right? So that's the way we like to do it.
Edutainment. That's what we stand for. Making
Edutainment.
people aware, but entertain them at the same time. So let's do it.
We had an opportunity. We have a distinct opportunity to work with RCG Mortgage, which is great. They're sponsoring the show. Shout out to them. We had briefly mentioned, some inches on television screens last episode. We really didn't dive in. So I had a great conversation with the marketing operations director at RCG Mortgage. And, we came up with some really, really great giveaways for our viewers, 8 to be specific.
That's
and
awesome.
Today we are going to be giving away a Google Ring. One of those Ring
Very
doorbells. We're gonna start light.
Nice.
We're gonna start light, but
That's
throughout
not
the
light.
entire-
That's
it's not bad, right?
coming in hot.
It's not
Coming in
bad.
hot.
So throughout the season, we're going to be giving away 8 giveaways, and we're going to start with the Google Ring doorbell, which is really, really cool. Throughout this season, we're going to have what was it? The Roomba,
Yep.
little vacuum, little robot vacuum.
I could use one of those.
Yeah, I can use one of those too.
Can
My
I
wife
enter?
was
How
like,
do we-
"Yeah,
Absolutely.
enter right now." Some gift certificates to Insignia, Amazon,
Very nice.
HomeSense, and the grand finale at the end of the season is going to be a 75-inch Vizio television.
Okay,
Very
okay.
nice.
So, Carlos,
giving away
we
gas.
didn't talk about this before. So, should people be like clicking to subscribe below
That's
right
good-
now?
Listen,
Right now?
right now. Click and
Okay.
subscribe on the YouTube page. Click and subscribe at our IG page. In order for you to be a contestant in these giveaways, you need to follow us at the Real Estate Trifecta and subscribe to our YouTube channel
Click to subscribe right now.
today. So we are going to be picking someone. Send us a DM. Tell us what you think of the show, and those are the instructions. Let's have at it. So.
Very good.
Yeah, it feels
like
good.
that. I like that. I
Yeah,
like
trying
that.
to
I like
giving
that.
away to the community. You know,
That's
giving
it.
back.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Carlos, I want to just mention something. This
What's
guy has been quarterbacking this show. This is episode 3. We're really starting to get more comfortable, I think.
A
with
lot
each
more
other.
comfortable.
Without a,
And
without-
and that's saying a lot because we were comfortable from day one. I met this guy. We hugged it out in a tropical smoothie. That's another story for another day.
bromance.
But no, really, I want to thank you for having me on, and you've been putting in a lot of work to this. And I think I speak for Kev as well to say that, like, we appreciate everything you're doing here.
No question.
What you're trying to do
100%.
with your vision here with this podcast, the guests you're having on, going the extra mile. So please subscribe, all
That's
of the
it.
above.
That's
And,
how we spread the message.
He's putting in the work, and
I appreciate that.
and we appreciate you.
Thank you. I
man.
appreciate that.
Well said.
Listen, it was easy when I thought about the people I wanted to have on this show. Y'all are amazing in your fields, insurance and finance. It didn't make any sense to just have one avenue. I mean, we can discuss real estate for days, but the components of what you guys bring to the real estate community equally important. So I just wanted to thank you for being on the show.
Man.
So
Thank you.
all right, so that's a little bit of fun. We got Kathy Viard in the building.
Got the
Yes.
VR.
You know what I mean?
We needed, by the way, that's a good look. We needed a ladies' touch on this show because it's just the
listen.
three of us all the time. We had the big guys.
I
here
cannot
last week.
explain. I can't
Andrew
explain.
and Evan, right?
Yeah, big two football dudes.
Yeah, I was like
Total
off the
opposite.
set. I was like
Yeah.
off the end here. These guys were big dudes.
Total opposite. Kathy is probably one of the sweetest people you could ever meet you would never know. Like, if you were to meet her, she would be at like a ShopRite in aisle 4, in the vegetable section.
Yeah.
Hey, are these avocados good? And she'll tell you about the avocados. She'll let you know.
You need that.
Super sweet lady, and I'm excited to have her here. But down to business.
Yes, sir.
This real estate market is insane right now. A lot going on, and I was just thinking my perspective on trying to help buyers in this market. So everyone is gunning, and we're going to make a quick transition because, I am the real estate portion of this, and the stuff that I see on a day in and day out basis is in this market is a little bit insane. So I just want to transition into that really quick. We
let's
had
do
our
it.
fun. I want to get down to business.
Let's do it.
Yep. And I have some things that tie into that.
Okay.
That may be, there's current events going on right now.
Of course.
In the news.
And we're gonna get into
might
that.
tie into some of this stuff. So, and Kevin and I were talking about that earlier.
Okay, great.
Yep.
I have advice for buyers. This is not the market to buy. Excuse me. This is not the market to focus on the nice, shiny, flipped houses. Everybody wants something new. Everybody wants something nice.
Yep.
Right?
Shiny.
Nice. Exactly. Pretty. Come to my house. I don't have any furniture. I paid $50,000 over asking. Here's some ramen noodle. Let's talk.
Right,
Come
business.
sit. I have some
Yes.
great solo plastic cups.
Yes.
Because that's what it's going to be.
That's what it's going to be.
That's exactly what's going to happen. You know what I mean? And I think in this market right now, the way things are going, listen, if you are a buyer and you have the buying power to pay over asking, I mean, 50, 30, 50, 40, whatever, over asking, more power to you. You deserve to have this house. You know what I mean?
100%.
It's-
100%.
It is,
You're-
yeah.
You're talking about the bid wars that are going on for the houses.
Correct.
People are coming in over asking price, and that's also changing them as an individual from an asset standpoint, which impacts my business.
Exactly.
And definitely encourage all those buyers that are coming in high. your asset, your personal portfolio is changing, and you definitely want to be in a conversation with an insurance advisor to help you through that conversation to not only properly insure the house, but how does that affect your car insurance?
Agreed.
Are you now in an asset position where you need a personal umbrella policy? And that's just the insurance portion of the impact. Lou, on your end, it has to be a financial impact as well.
Oh, 100%. And something I was thinking about, well, I was watching 60 Minutes this past weekend. They were talking about Prince. You know, Purple Rain Prince.
Purple Rain Prince.
Of course.
Purple Rain. Okay. Talking about Prince.
We could play some Prince. Let me say,
Now,
we play some Prince. That's my man.
We all love Prince. We all know Prince. And it's hard to believe it's 5 years removed since he passed away.
Wow.
She was
And it's also, you know, we assume when people have the celebrity status and, you know, the high net worth of people like this, that they have their financial house in order, right?
Sure.
Not always the case. So I was surprised to learn, although it was revealed shortly after he passed away, he died without a will.
Oh, yeah. I
Beneficiaries.
remember that. That's right.
So to Kevin's point, you know, with the real estate market being what it is and the high, you know, purchase prices that we're seeing out here and the over ask and all that, it's a good time for you first-time home buyers, second-time home buyers, just home buyers in general, to do a financial checkup of, you know, you got to tap in with yourself and with your family. Look at what you own now. To Kevin's point, make sure you have proper coverage. Look at some of your retirement plans. Sometimes we have a beneficiary on there, Carlos, that might have been an ex-spouse. You think I'm kidding? It happens.
Damn.
It could even be mom or dad. You could have mom or dad.
Can you imagine that?
No, not imagine. I've dealt with this.
Oh my
or
God.
you got young professionals, they start a career in their early 20s and, you know, they don't have a spouse. So who am I going to put as beneficiary, mom or dad? 10, 15, 20 years later, guess who's still the beneficiary?
Mom and dad.
On the 401k at work. Mom
For
or
sure.
dad.
Mom and dad.
So I just mentioned that because it came to mind that I think it's important, especially in this day and age, and after the year we had in 2020 too, right? We all know somebody who passed away last year from COVID or otherwise. So these are all things that, to your point, Kev, fall under the, you know, financial umbrella. Do a financial checkup, check up on your insurance, check your beneficiaries.
So
just check in.
Yeah, yes, check in. But you know, to Kevin's point, what I was trying to say was, this is me personally, in my opinion, this is the market for the fixer upper.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You want to talk about, this is the market for the fixer upper. You don't necessarily need to have the shiny redone house. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. In my opinion, your buying power lies in spending money and sweat equity. I'm telling you right now, in
That's
this
good
market,
advice.
when we run these comps, because we're going to run these comps as agents, we're going to see that the house that sold originally for $350 in the time of COVID sold for $550. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now, like any stock, you buy low, sell high. But, you know, you put in the money, you invest your time, you invest your money with contractors, licensed contractors.
Yeah.
Don't call Uncle Bob.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like, he might have some
Uncle
skills,
Bob
but
is busy. Leave him alone.
right, you know, and if you want to do it right, invest in your time, invest in your home, invest in, you know, the progression of equity. I can't stress it enough. This is the season. This is the time to do it. That is my advice for home buyers now during this pandemic. So
Carlos, what I hear you saying is that you should be looking to buy best neighborhood, but not the best house. Maybe the worst house on a good block in a good neighborhood. Stretch your dollars and then spend your time. Take your time building it up to get into where you need to be.
yes and no, but you know, you don't want to be upside down. So there are ways where, you know, sometimes it's just not worth the money that you put into it. But in normal cases, in normal circumstances, but right now, the market is the Wild West. You could get away with some stuff, you know, in buying a rundown, dilapidated house and putting the money into it and actually seeing a profit when it's time to sell. So
I think part of that too, though, is there's some buyers out there that two things to your point. And I'm listening carefully to what you're saying. I think what you're saying is great advice. However, we like the shiny new things, right? We want turnkey. I want the new kitchen and bathroom already. I don't want to have to put money into that, number one. And two, I mean, 2x4s now are selling for like $11 a piece. So
Just in that conversation today.
Right? You start thinking like, well, wait a minute. Yeah, I could fix it up, but by the time I fix it up, it's going to be.
It's true.
It really is a balance. But
yeah, it is. You're absolutely right.
It's a tough market in that respect, too. Materials are at an all-time high as well.
Yeah, I did feel that.
And hard to come by.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. That's my thought for the day. You know, we're here to advise, we're here to help, and you know, we're here to try to, you know, give some knowledge, spread some knowledge. Yeah, man, that's it.
That's what it's all about.
What's up?
You mentioned our sponsor earlier, the home inspector. I think it's important to mention them now as well because
Guardian Angel Home Inspections, 100%.
You can talk to Tim.
Yeah,
Tim's team.
Tim.
You know, if you buy this house, maybe you're not an expert. I have all thumbs. I sell insurance. I can protect the house, but I can't fix a thing. So I want to make sure that I talk to a good home inspector so I know exactly what I'm buying. I have a good understanding of it.
You know what? I'm from the city. I learned how to use a drill maybe 3 years ago. You know, I bought my first.
You're getting dangerous. I
bought my first drill with the Home Depot. Got a drill, and I was just in the house. Holes in the walls. For no reason. You know what I mean? I just wanted to learn how to use it. Yeah. But now, after a certain amount of time in home ownership, oh man, you got to learn because sometimes paying these contractors, it's gonna be tight.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna add up very, very quickly.
And that's probably a good point too. Is like get handy out there.
100%.
That's the best way to learn something.
You can.
Who's handy in your house?
I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm pretty handy right now.
Damn.
Okay.
But it's 25 years.
Wait, Lauren, is that true?
I got my
Lauren, is that true, Lauren?
Lauren, can you vouch for me?
Soriano is in the building.
Yes, one time for Lauren.
Let's go. Lauren Soriano. Let's go.
Lauren can vouch for me, but that was not the case. Much like yourself, I'm a Brooklyn kid.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to do any of this stuff.
Right.
But you learn, and it's something you want to talk about, like, a good financial plan as far as buying a house and learn how to fix some stuff. It's
100%.
not as hard as you might think, and you can do some of these things on your own.
Who's handy? You or the wife? Who's more handy?
I'm gonna go.
I'm handy. I'm handy. I'm handy calling my contractor.
Exactly.
No, but I learned. There's certain things
you
like
have to. You have to do that.
It's just sometimes things you don't want to do. Some people prefer to just listen. In Spanish, we say que no vale la pena. You know what I mean? Like it's not. It's worth just spending the money and getting somebody to come and do it,
True.
do it right. But after some time, again, it starts to add up.
Yeah.
I personally have made a lot of mistakes, but I've tried to fix these mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Something didn't work one time. Let me try it this way. And if my final resolution is that I got to call somebody, then that's what it is. Somebody comes in, fix it 2 seconds, I'm done.
Right.
But I learned.
All right. So don't judge me, gentlemen. This happened to me this week. And don't judge me.
Okay.
I got it.
My wife calls me this week and tells me that she hears birds in our attic.
Oh, no.
Maybe one, maybe two. And I'm listening to her because I'm a good guy. I'm married 35 years. I'm being empathetic.
Mm-hmm.
And when she was done, I said, babe, what would you like for me to do with that information? You know who you married. You know the skills that I lack.
Right.
So what would you like for me to do? And after she got over her disappointment,
she
made a phone call and she got someone to get the birds out of the attic because in my household, she's the handy one.
Oh,
okay.
What's her name?
Denise.
Shout out to Denise.
One time for Denise.
Denise the props.
Yes.
Shout out to her, man.
It's not always the case, and you're a busy guy. You're running all kinds
that's
of stuff.
fact.
So we're gonna give you a pass.
No, I'm not the king of my own castle.
Listen,
I'm not the king of my own castle.
Like I tell these contractors that come into the house, like, listen, do never minimize like your skill set. There are people like myself that went the education route and don't know how to use a screwdriver. But I promise you'd be very, very mistaken if the person if you live in a really nice neighborhood, the person living next to you is not a doctor, but like a handyman that is crushing it in his own field, in his own building. I promise you, it is the labor skill set very, very important. So shout out to, anybody that, definitely works with their hands.
And could I ask you a question,
Yeah,
Carlos?
go for it.
Being the real estate guy, I got
Go
a
ahead.
question for you. So, and I won't belabor it because I want to get Kathy on here to
Yes.
chop
Yeah,
it up
Kathy,
with us.
gotta get on here.
Got to get Kathy up here. But as a realtor in this
Sure.
market, I'm hearing things that, like, buyers are waiving stuff like the home inspections. They're waiving, oh, you don't have a CR, I don't care about that. I'll pay all cash. Like, what are your thoughts on that? And how often are these kind of things happening? Because it does make it appealing to the seller, right? Like, oh, I got a
100%,
guy
he's off the
here,
hook.
he's going to waive this, that, and the third, and he's all cash. And I got this other guy who wants a home inspection. He was going to bring, like to your point, Uncle Bob to take a look
Yeah.
too, and mom and dad.
I've
It's
had
like,
it.
all
I've
right,
had
that's
it done.
Too much stress. I'll go with the guy who's going to waive everything. Is that going on a lot still?
It happens, and again, it is not anything that I recommend as a real estate agent. Never.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Have an inspection. I don't care if it's a condo. Usually you don't really need one for a condo, but for your own peace of mind, have an inspection. It's not for the seller. It's not to hold weight on the negotiation. It's no negotiation power.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what that is. It's a misconception. That inspection is for you and you only. That's it. You want to know what's happening in your home at all times. I would say my recommendation would be, yes, we'll have an inspection for my own edification, but it's not going to hold any weight. That's probably what I would say. If after the inspection, you want to make the decision to move forward, that is on you. Right. My job is to support you. If it doesn't make sense, I will advise you. I will give you my opinion, but ultimately, the buyers are in control. That's it.
Right.
We are here to advise. We are here to negotiate. We are here, to tell you what we want. But working with us, we will put our best foot forward, especially Signature Premier Properties. We do what's in the best interest of our clients. So yes, awesome. I would never waive an inspection. And don't.
But people are desperate out there to get
it's
a house.
Crazy.
Like,
yeah,
I'll
it's
waive
crazy.
everything.
It's crazy, but it's something that I wouldn't do. So
that's good advice.
We are going to pause for a word from our sponsors, and we're going to chop it up with Kathy Viard from Signature Premier Properties.
The first step in obtaining a loan is determining how much money you can borrow. When buying a home, you should determine how much home you can afford, even before you begin looking. By answering a few simple questions, we will calculate your buying power based on standard lender guidelines. Getting pre-approved ahead of time and accurately allows you to look for properties within your price range, be in a better position when negotiating with the seller, meaning the seller knows your loan is already approved, and close your loan quicker. For more information, please contact my team and I.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Carlos Salinas here, Mr. You Don't Need 20%. And I have a very, very special guest. She is one part owner-operator of my new agency, the best agency on Long Island, Signature Premier Property, Kathy Viard.
Welcome, Kat.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
How sweet of the three of you.
How you doing?
I'm good, honey. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Everything I said I meant about, ShopRite and Now 4. You just are that nice of a person. Since coming on, Kathy has been super supportive of myself, my team. She's been instrumental in providing us with the space just to do what we do and, sell houses and crank the way we like to. So thank you for that. We appreciate it.
Oh, we're lucky to have you guys.
Absolutely. So let's get into it. We got some questions.
Oh, goodness.
Under the mic. We're going to pull the microphone forward a little bit just to make sure that we have you.
Okay.
Perfect. There you
Better?
go.
Speak up. All right, you got
There
this.
you go. Thank you.
We're going to have fun here today.
Today's going to be a light discussion. We're going to have a lot of fun, I promise. We want to pick the brains of entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, how they got started. How do you keep the oiled machine running? You have so many components in a big agency, HR, marketing, agents. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. So let's start. Lou, you had a question. Go for it.
I do. Well, the last part of what you said, the agents, right? That's probably your biggest headache, right? No, I'm
No.
And
I'm very
just-
blessed. Pete, my partner Pete and I are very blessed. We have the best in the business.
That is awesome to
Agreed.
hear. And I'll tell you, I was impressed with meeting you right off the bat today in that I mentioned, full disclosure, my son is also an agent with Signature Premier Properties.
Shout out to Justin.
Soriano.
Justin.
And
We got to get it. We're going to put a picture of Justin up
We'll
here.
get him up here.
We got to get him here. We got to get him on this show.
Lauren, don't take that nonsense. Get right up. It's a girl's world, honey.
That's right. And I love the fact that you're here today. But when I mentioned to Kathy, I says, "Oh, my son works, for his Signature," and she goes, "Oh, I know Justin." And you mentioned that you know all of your realtors, so I was really impressed with the fact that
It's really important.
you're not just like, "Hey, I'm in the office and I'm running the show." You, have a granular level style of management where you know all of your realtors and stuff, and I thought that was impressive. So I was impressed with that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I mean, you've been traveling a lot.
I do travel a little
You
bit.
do. Welcome back.
Where have you been? Tell us someplace fun you've been. No one's been anywhere.
Girls' trip to Aruba recently.
Hello.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was a
trip.
good time. Good
Girls'
time.
trip. Going to Charleston on Saturday.
Nice. Checking in with us first. See that
Yeah.
commitment.
A commitment.
She's committed.
I'm
She's
committed to the ones I care
Love it.
about.
Love it. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I had a question.
Oh, goodness.
I did a little bit of research, not a whole lot. I understand you're second generation.
I am.
Wow.
I am.
Talk about that. Talk about
Yeah,
the
that's-
first generation. Talk about what you saw that first generation do that you loved that brought you into the same business.
That's a great question. My mom was a very successful realtor. Her first broker we called Grandpa because he was like family. He really wasn't my grandfather, but he was that important to us. I started answering phones for her when I was 13, and the rest is history. Got licensed real young. Went to college, got married, had three beautiful children, not just a couple of kids, 3 beautiful daughters. And then when the kids were born, it was, time to go back into real estate, and we had a great run. We had 10 years together. In fact, that when I went back in the business is where I met my now partner, Pete. We both worked for another company, remained friends, and then as fate would have it, here we are.
Shout out to Pete Morris.
Pete
Shout out to Pete Morris.
He's the guy.
That's my guy.
Great
That's
guy.
Awesome. So just one follow-up question before we segue.
Go for it.
You got licensed and came in the business really young.
I did.
Fast forward to today, what would you say to a young person that's thinking of getting in the business, maybe 18, 20, 21? What would you say to them?
Well, I am blessed because one of my daughters did follow me in the business, and she's young and licensed and doing rather well, actually better than I ever was. It's an industry where young people should jump in now. It's kind of done a flip-flop. Years ago, who would buy a house from a 21-year-old? Now,
Oh, for sure.
It's
Oh, yeah.
changed. So it is a great profession for a young kid, or anybody, for anyone at this point.
Excellent.
Nice.
But we do encourage. We do when they come to us young. We think it's great to start young. And if I had, if I had $1 for everyone who said, "I wish I was you. I wish I started younger." So yeah, it's great. Best profession.
So how does that formulate? So you were an agent. So I can personally say you know what it's like to be in my shoes.
Yeah, I do. And
Yeah,
you know what?
you
I
still do.
And I still approach everything we do at
100%.
Signature with the mindset and the heart of an agent. Because
Absolutely.
I loved being an agent. I
How
loved
does-
everything about it.
How does that transform? So one day you just wake up, you get your coffee, whatever it is, Folgers Crystals, whatever it is you drink.
Another fun fact, never had a cup of coffee in my life.
Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ. All right, wow.
How do you get through the
Woo.
Tea girl.
Okay.
Okay.
That's tough. Okay, cup of tea.
Okay.
Cup of tea. You wake up, cup of tea, and just what? I'm gonna start a business today. I'm gonna start Signature Premier. Like, how does that?
Well, it didn't happen like that.
Okay, cool. I didn't think it was that simple, but
It was a successful sales agent. I was partners with my mom. My mom passed, and I thought, maybe I'll go into management. Someone had
Sure.
thrown me a nice package, and went into management. I love to teach. I'm a teacher by trade.
Wow.
I loved training, so then I managed a company, then went on to purchase it, and then as fate again would have it, I was thinking about closing. Pete had just opened Signature, and the two worlds
excellent.
we married.
They got together. They
But we joke. We just said this morning, like you look back and you're like, is this real?
Yeah.
Is this
How many years have you guys been together with Signature?
we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary on Valentine's Day.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Signature
That's a big milestone.
Yeah, Signature was opened in the tail end of 07.
Mm-hmm.
So he was open about 2 years before I came on board. He is the founder.
Okay. Well, go ahead, Kev. You go, please.
You said something very powerful. Most famous college basketball coach in the world is John Wooden, and he said a quote. They call it coaching, but I call it teaching. So when you drew the parallel for management and teaching, tell me why you see it that way as a manager, as a teacher, because that's really, really awesome. Many managers don't see it that way, and they don't teach.
Well, agents, individual too. I say have the heart of a teacher. You know, we're educating our buyers. We're their trusted
100%.
advisors. But I think all managers are teachers at heart. All line leaders really are, right? You just want to help.
That is true.
You want to help people be better. You want to help to educate them, help
For
them
sure.
grow.
And when you teach, you're really reinforcing things that you know already, but now you want to, make sure you understand everything fully before you teach someone else, right? So it makes you a better realtor, financial planner, insurance broker, what have you. So it's
I agree.
powerful to teach in that respect too, because you're just relearning stuff and reinforcing your own skill set.
Absolutely.
Sharpening your own tools.
Yes.
you go.
I'm a big advocate for support staff, like support teams. Like a team is really important, especially nowadays, because there's so much information being tossed at you as an agent. It's sometimes hard to keep up. From the ground up, I promise you, I've seen with my own eyes the well-oiled machine you have at the Northport office. When we first got affiliated, it was a machine that was running. Everything was just in place. Everybody was just like really on it, knew what they were doing. How do you develop that from the ground? I mean, yes, 10 years in the making, but it's almost like you would think that Signature's been around the way it's run for about 50 years.
That's so sweet. Thank you for that. A trick to anyone who owns their own business is hire people that are better than yourself.
There you go. That's good.
100%.
We're blessed. We have the best support staff in the industry.
Agreed.
I love that. We have the mindset it takes a village to raise a family, and we do think of Signature as our own little family. And everyone helps. There's never it's not my job at Signature. It's how can I help?
Excellent.
Thank you. We appreciate that. And I want to segue into something that I'm not touchy, but
Oh goodness.
no.
He's gearing up. He's gearing up. Look out.
It's the hard questions. No. It's it's something that we think about all the time. We're in an industry where we have multiple agencies and everyone does something different. We were with a company before we started with Signature. I'm not going to mention any names. For those of you that know me, know who it was, who did things differently. I mean, there's a lot of competition. I mean, what is it? How do we separate from these established, I wouldn't say established, excuse me, because we are established. These companies have been around, for years, like longer than 10 years. Like how does Signature stand out from the rest?
Because we do it our way.
That's right. Okay.
Because we do it our way.
All right.
We're true to ourselves first.
Okay. I like
it's,
that.
I always say corporate's a curse word at Signature.
Nice. Okay.
And I mean that from a place of absolute love.
No, of course.
We're not a corporate type of. Listen, we have our structures and our systems, and
Absolutely.
we've got it fine tuned. But it's not a corporate structure. You can get to Peter myself anytime. You know that.
Yes. I called Kathy. I was like, Kathy, you got to be on my show. Like, what's up? She was like, when? I said Friday at 3. I'm there. Book me. I said, all right, cool. And it was hard.
I'm there because I want to be there.
Yeah, no, of
for
course.
you. I want to be there for you because I don't want to be.
Yeah, it's and the support is great. Again, when I say big business, it's something I stand by it. I wore a tie for this person today, for this lovely lady. I wanted to, I appreciate that. Thank you. I wanted to bring my best because at the end of the day, it's not something that, this business, this industry, when you're an entrepreneur, the hardships of what we do as, independent contractors, it's not easy. So I'm pretty sure nothing came easy throughout the time in your development at Signature.
There's some difficult moments.
Okay, everyone does.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
Yep. But the ends always justify the means.
100%.
We got there. We all got there together, and yes, agreed.
Love it, love it. And easy working with Pete, I guess. It was.
Gosh.
How's that relationship? Because I swear, when we first met, this is a true story. When we first met, I saw Pete, and you were so casual. Everyone was so casual. Zach and I, we met with you, and Pete walks in with this shirt, buttoned down, 2 buttons. He had his jeans on and these cool ass Gucci loafers. I'm like, who is this dude? Who's man? Okay, what's up? I had to like tighten up my jacket. Like, yo, what's up? But he was so cool, and it was such a great conversation. We discussed the future. We discussed what we wanted to do. You discussed what the expectations, and how was it working with him? Because
it's great.
Yeah,
it's great.
Nice guy.
We laugh all day. We do.
I can imagine. You seem like a really good guy.
Really like-minded. We have the same mission, the same goals. It's about the agents, right?
Love that. Mm-hmm. Love that.
So, how many agents in total at Signature now, and how many locations do you?
So we just hit 1350 on agents.
Okay.
Yeah, which is pretty.
Let's go.
1,350 offices. We're about to open our 20th.
That's right.
Okay.
Just cooking.
Setauket office?
Pardon?
Setauket office?
East Setauket
East
office.
Setauket office. My Setauket office.
Your Setauket.
You can catch me there.
And let's talk about why we have a Setauket office now.
Oh my God! All right, we can talk about that.
Because we were blessed enough to hire some of the greatest people in the business.
That's a fact. I appreciate that. She gave me the wink. If nobody saw that, no, she didn't. I'm just kidding.
That's awesome. That's impressive.
Well, yeah. Listen, to your credit, I'm not going to mention any names from where we came from, but it was time. And sometimes in this industry, you decide to make changes. Remember, you're an independent contractor. Everybody, even people on teams, you're independent contractors. You have to do what's best for your business. And the best for our business was with Signature Premier Properties. And again, to their credit, they did the right thing, and they're providing us with a platform to not only be ourselves, but do what we do best. Numbers are everything. That's what we strive for, and we want to be the best at what we do. So, yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
No, actually, thank you, because Pete and I were just discussing how much we're learning from all of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So let me ask, with new agents, right? So I work with a lot of realtors on Long Island. I work with a lot of agents who work for you guys.
I like that.
Signature as well. And I like to talk to them, to Carlos's point, being independent contractors, about budgeting for taxes and having a retirement plan, because you are independent contractors. You got to plan for all that. So I do that with a lot of new agents, especially. So going into the business, what do you think is the best way for a young professional to get into real estate as an agent? Should he go out on his own? Should he be part of a team? Or do you guys at Signature encourage new agents to join a team or have some sort of mentorship?
All of the above.
Okay.
It depends on the person. We do have what we call Signature University.
Yes.
Which
I like
is,
that.
yeah,
Yep.
it's important to us for quality control. We want to make sure that we're putting the best agents out. So they do brand new agents go through our Signature University. It's an 8-week course. We have several trainers on board. And we launch them for success. Where they go from that, we'll discuss with them. Some people are not meant to be on a team, and some people will thrive on a team. So, so it's important to us that we get to know our individual agent and where they're going to shine.
Okay. And one other question. I had this discussion with a realtor out in the Hamptons. We were talking about, he's on Nest Seekers, $1 Million Beach House, Jimmy Giuliano.
Lou, what you doing in the Hamptons, man?
Trust me, I'm from Brooklyn. Once I get past Riverhead, I'm like, where am I? But we had a discussion, and we were talking about how there are so many realtors now.
Yeah.
And how do you stand out as a realtor? And in my profession, there's designations, right? You could be a certified financial planner, a CPA. Same thing with insurance, and just about every industry, there's some sort of designation. Do you think real estate is going to go that way with the realtors, where there's some designation at some point?
Well, there are lots of
Are they?
designations,
'Cause I'm not aware of any,
and I
so-
do believe they're important. I do believe, education is always key.
Yes.
I always say green and growing or ripe and rotting.
Love
Okay.
that.
Let's go.
Okay,
I
yes.
like that.
So,
I'm gonna steal that. If you don't have a patent, I'll be
I
using
don't have a pen, and I don't even know if I came up with it or if I learned it along the way, but I've been saying it for years. And I do believe, even at my stage in my career, I take education every quarter
Right. It's so important.
just to keep fresh.
Right.
So Kathy, I had a question for you. We opened the show talking about what's happening in the market.
Sure.
Carlos's take on it was the Wild Wild West. I'd love to hear your commentary on the market, both from two standpoints. One from the standpoint of a first-time home buyer, and then from mover-uppers, people that are looking to buy their second homes. So
It's a tough market. It's a tough market. It's hard on the agents, honestly. They're working harder than they've ever worked.
That's a fact.
It's a fact, right?
Yeah, that is a fact.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it is a fact. I see it.
That's a fact.
I'm not out in the trenches anymore. I wish I was. I miss it, but obviously I'm not. For a first-time home buyer, a lot of heartache. A lot of heartache. They have to position. They have to position themselves properly for success. For a buyer, it's even harder, I think, because they can sell their house in a New York second, but where they're going, a lot of sleepless nights. And you know, I hear from the agents. Our agents are having sleepless nights because they're worried about their clients. What are they going to get? And it's multi-offers. They're doing 10 times the work they used to do to make sure the deal gets to the finish line.
Of
So
course.
the Wild West. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah, from my standpoint as an insurance agent, I'm in the conversation with my clients that are aging, retiring, maybe thinking of leaving the New York market, or they're either selling and downsizing into a 55 and retired community. So those are exactly their thought process. Like, yes, I have the valuation on my home. Yes, it's top dial and I could walk away, but where do I go from here?
Yeah, it's
My
hard.
family and my friends are in this community, whatever community that is, where I grew up and where I built relationships. What do I do next?
Even for the people leaving the state, it's not easy because wherever they're going is just as bad.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a tough market.
I would like to segue from that into the $1 million question
Oh goodness.
for me as an agent. When are we opening the Signature Miami branch? And how do I get on board with that?
Somebody's looking to relocate. It sounds like that.
So it's funny you should ask.
Oh my God, let's go!
No, everyone always asks
Let's
what our
go.
intention is and when we're going out of state.
Yeah,
and
when are you expanding? That's the question. When are we looking
Expand.
to expand? Is that something?
we're always in growth mode. We're
100%.
always in
Love that.
growth mode. Did I ever see us in Setauket? Yeah, maybe, but a lot faster because we got the right people to go. So
For sure.
do I out of state? I don't think that's anytime soon.
Okay.
I don't know that it'll be ever. We're Long Islanders at heart.
Listen.
Never say never though, because
That-
Pete and
listen.
we make a decision on a dime.
I got my Hawaii shirts ready.
He's looking to relocate. Yeah, he's ready
I
to
got
go.
my flip flops ready.
Ready to go.
If you need somebody to go down to Florida and open an office, I'm down. So Miami is.
If we do, I'll be right there.
Oh
with
my
you.
God, my wife is from Miami. She's.
is that right?
Oh yeah, Kendall, Miami. Shout out to them. I just sold a condo down there. Believe it or not. So I just partnered with somebody down there. We're everywhere. It doesn't. Just because we're in Long Island doesn't mean we can't service communities in other places with education to link with the right people to help us get that done. So
Great point.
yeah, Miami is a great place to be. Yeah, I'm ready.
Do it.
I'm ready.
There you go.
So I want to talk about, we're going to wrap things up. Thank you for coming on to the show. But before we go, I want to discuss some of the philanthropy that goes
My
through.
favorite.
Yeah.
favorite.
I know you're a big advocate for this. I mean, your son or
Grandson.
grandson. Okay. He's with the company as well.
No.
What I'm as far as helping, with the folders and stuffing.
Oh no. He's only 4. But
Okay.
but we do have special needs children in the office.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yes,
Okay, I'm
yes,
sorry.
yes.
I apologize. I was mistaken.
Yeah.
But yes, you have the food. We have the food pantry. We do a lot with that.
We are blessed in so many ways, and that's where we really shine. And I do attribute to our success all that we get to give back, and that's what kind of keeps us going. But the special needs children you're speaking about, all of our offices have special needs children in them that
that.
come in from the school district. It's a school district sponsored. Prior to COVID, of course.
Sure.
Come in with a job coach, and they help us with envelopes and folders, and we get to educate them. They get work study credits for it, and we get to fall in love with them. And then they leave us in
nice.
June, and in September we get a new crew, and it's pretty cool.
That's great.
Pretty cool.
That's everything.
Yeah, seriously.
The give back part, I can see by the change in your countenance speaking about it. That's everything. There's nothing like giving back to the community and empowering others and giving them a sense of.
Yeah, it is, you know, Carlos. We're running an active food pantry.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really cool. We're
Yes.
loving that. What I love about everything we do at Signature, that way, all the agents are involved. They all are part of it. We do it together, and brings great joy. Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you. Round of applause for Kathy. Yeah, absolutely. You know, listen, we thank you, and you know, I thank you. We've been very happy with Signature. My counterparts here, you know, we were excited to have you. I think that you know, the work that you're doing and will continue to do is going to speak volumes. I can't stress enough. If you're looking for the right agency, I can tell you this from experience. Give us a shout out. Give us a shot at Signature. This is the place to be. Despite what you may think or might hear, we are agent first, and you know, everything else just doesn't matter. You know, we're going to sell homes. We're going to do what we do. Those are, you know, things that get done. But, you know, we put our agents first, so we appreciate that. Thank you.
We're nothing without the agents.
That's awesome.
All right, are we good?
We're
Any more
good.
questions?
We're
Are we good for
good.
Kathy? What'd you think? You had fun?
Listen, I want to just say thank you, gentlemen. You made it painless.
That's all we do here. We just like chop it up as if after a while you don't even think the cameras
Right,
are on
the cameras
until
are not
you
even
look at
here.
the
They're
arc and
gone.
like, oh, wait.
You know,
Cameras
so
the big lights to
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
give it
yeah,
away. No, you guys are great. I appreciate you having me on.
And
Thank
thanks
you.
for coming. It really was nice having you on, and it was nice. It was a nice change of pace for us.
Absolutely.
I think I could say
Yeah.
that, right?
Thank you.
all right. Well, listen,
Awesome.
tune in for the next episode. We are going to have another good one. All of our information is below. The Real Estate Trifecta on IG, the Real Estate Trifecta at gmail.com, on our YouTube channel. Check us out on Spotify. These all get published. Support, click, subscribe, and remember, for our giveaway today, during this episode, we are giving away a Google Ring doorbell. So in order for you to win one of these prizes, right? Not bad.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
in order for you to win one of these prizes, you gotta click and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you gotta click the follow button on our IG page, and send us a DM. Just say something nice, you know, what you might have learned, what you think of the show, and, you know, the best answer, or whoever decides to give us that support, we'll draw your name out of a hat, and we'll publish the people that win these prizes on our shows, just to make sure that we're keeping up with these giveaways. Thank you to RCG. Thank you to the Guardian Angel Home Inspection. Thank you to Allstate, CFP, Signature Premier Properties. My name is Carlos Salinas. Peace and blessings. See you next episode.